I'm Emma Mitchell, and I'm an energy healing guide, Reiki master, psychic medium. Today I'm going to talk to you about the inner authority center. So this is right here. Some people call it the soul center. When you hear about following your inner compass or your inner wisdom, when you hear about trusting your intuition or your gut feelings, despite the word gut, this actually is this area here. This is your trust for yourself. This is you knowing you are on your right path and unwavering from it. So when I work with anybody, the first thing I do is teach them how to tap into their inner wisdom to really strengthen this chakra here. You may also have heard of it called the higher self. So this is all this spot. When we are imbalanced in our inner authority center, here are some of the symptoms. You may not trust yourself. You may look to everybody else for advice. You may be really bad at holding your boundaries because you don't really know what your values are. You may make a purchase and then have instant buyer's remorse. You may find yourself in chaotic situations often or dangerous situations often. You may have a feeling that it's not a good idea to do something, but you do it anyway. And you may surround yourself with people, places, or things that don't suit you very well, and you know it. Like, you don't feel good around your friends, you don't feel good in your relationship, and you don't necessarily know what's going on around you, but you just know you don't feel good. Like, something feels off. Those are all ways to know that your inner authority center, your chakra, is not strong. So I've worked with a lot of people that I would say most of my Reiki clients aren't strong in their inner authority when they first meet me. And I wasn't either, up until a few years ago when some mentors taught me how to tap into this. And since then I've been working on strengthening it. So some things I've seen from my clients, I've seen people who have actually one of my friends, she has a really strong wall up here, like a castle with a moat around it. And that indicated to me that she used to be really strong in her inner wisdom, but now that she's in a relationship with somebody, she's kind of let that go. And now it goes around like the river of energy that we want to come in from above and go through our body and drain out our hands and our feet. That makes us energetically in a good place. Hers goes around. So it's like she knows it's there, it's really, really strong, but she's not allowing access to it anymore. I've also seen just a lot of people with, instead of like a river flowing through, it's just nothing, it's just dried up like a desert. So how you get to this point of not trusting yourself, I mean, society doesn't really want us to trust ourselves. Society in general wants us to fit into a box. If you don't know your purpose, if you don't have a strong sense of who you are and what you want, your inner authority is not strong, you can be easily swayed. Society, and I'm using that as a broad term, can put you wherever it wants to put you, because people who stand out, stand against the crowd are dangerous in society, right? A lot of people don't know what to think of that. I know when I've moved across the country, just based on my own inner knowing, people were kind of mad. Like, a lot of my friends were like, what the hell are you doing? And they were mad at me. And I knew it was the right thing for me. The same thing when I quit jobs without another job. I knew at the time this was correct for me and I couldn't be swayed. And it was correct and it worked out. And the same thing with my business. I've had a lot of people trying to tell me what to do with it. And every time I trust myself, things go well. And when I don't, and I trust somebody else, it doesn't work out very well. So if you want to be more in your purpose, figure out even what it is, if you want to trust yourself in your decisions and make the choices for your own life path that are correct for you and not just some Joe Schmo's advice, if you want to be confident in where you're putting your next step, this is all your inner authority. This is why it's so important to strengthen that, because you can be your own guide. You really can. You have every tool you need to navigate life. Even if you feel like, I wish somebody would just tell me what to do. I wish I just had like somebody there with me all the time to hold my hand and tell me what's next. You don't need that. You have that within yourself if you can strengthen it. A lot of our traumas from the past, a lot of our old emotions, or maybe our parents not giving us the tools we needed to know that we could trust ourselves, or being in relationships, or just being around people who didn't give us that space or room to trust ourselves. That's what causes that imbalance, because we take that with us in the weirdest of way, right? Like, it's, instead of strengthening it, it really does deplete it completely. And I've known a lot of clients, a lot of Reiki clients who just don't even have a inner authority center that's strong at all. Or it looks like little kid. Like, instead of being a mini version of them, it's like a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old. Can you imagine if you had a 5-year-old telling you what to do all the time? That's what some people's inner authority center looks like. And that's why they don't trust themselves. That's why they feel like they can't figure anything out and they need other people to guide them. And that's why they feel decision overwhelm and all those things, because they don't have that trust that's not strong enough within them. So if any of this is resonating with you, and you really do want to step into the life you're meant to have, if you really want to build up your foundation of stability inside yourself and know you're making the right choices for you, and hold your boundaries because you know they're the right choice, send me a message and we can talk about Reiki healing, and that will help you. And then at least I'll give you some information and tools on how to strengthen it later on. But an easy other way is really start paying attention to your gut feelings, right? Like, if you're in a situation and you don't feel good in your body, like, for example, maybe you're supposed to go to an event and your body's like, feels gross. You have a stomach ache, or you feel something in your throat, you feel nervous or nauseated or something, don't go. You don't need to know the reason why, just don't go to it. If at all possible, cancel your plans. And same thing with most things in your life. If you have a weird feeling about it, just don't do it. Or if you have a really bright, happy feeling about it, do it. There's way more to it than that, but you can at least start kind of tapping into this a little bit more and understanding and having that awareness of what is your body feeling, how is your body feeling in this situation or that situation around that person. But I do have a lot of other tools I teach my one-on-one clients, and even doing Reiki will help as well. So reach out if you have questions or if you want more information. But otherwise, I hope this gives you some more information about why it's important to recognize your inner wisdom and have it really balanced. Have a good rest of your day.